motherfucking cell, nigga. The fucking nigga watching me for. Then what a nigga say? A nigga say I cooperated. About what, you stupid bitch? Huh? About my wife? Huh? About my wife say, Ayana, get up.
Kodak Black just confronted NBA Youngboy on IG Live, and the internet can't stop talking. What looked like a casual moment might actually be the breaking point in one of rap's most unpredictable rivalries. But there's a lot more to this story than what went viral, and today, I'm revealing the full truth behind the chaos. Digital crossfire. Before the internet turned them into sworn rivals, Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy were two southern prodigies orbiting the same dream. Fast fame, gritty lyrics, and the kind of loyalty that comes only from shared struggle. Back in 2017, their come-up stories ran parallel, Kodak representing Pompano Beach, Florida, and Youngboy carrying Baton Rouge on his back. Both teenagers, both fresh out of legal trouble, both obsessed with turning pain into platinum. They weren't enemies then. In fact, they were allies. Kodak once shouted out Youngboy as one of the few real ones in the new generation, and the internet loved seeing them side by side. The track Water felt like a co-signed baptism into rap royalty. Two young hustlers dripping confidence, mutual respect flowing heavy in the comments. But fame is rarely a calm ocean. It's more like a storm pretending to be a wave. And by late 2018, the sky was already darkening. Their respective fan bases began throwing shade at each other, comparing who was more street, who sold more, who was the real voice of the youth. The friendly fire grew loud. Small misinterpretations on social media started feeling like full-blown disrespect. Around the same time, Quando Rondo, a close affiliate of Youngboy, reportedly burned Kodak's Sniper Gang merch on IG Live, a petty spark that fans instantly turned into a wildfire. Kodak didn't respond immediately, but people noticed the silence. In hip-hop politics, sometimes not responding says more than words ever could. Then came the whispers about a girl.
Shit like, oh, when I told him I could get a better price, I ain't even trying to say that so y'all can compare it and try to go down. Regardless or not, nigga, I could get this shit for 118.
Rumors swirled that someone from Youngboy's circle had gotten involved with one of Kodak's exes, and though no one confirmed it, the timing was messy. Online sleuths pieced together captions, likes, and lyrics like it was a true crime case. Every vague post became a clue, every emoji a declaration of war. Kodak's cryptic comments. People show love till it's time to compete. Didn't name names, but everyone knew who he meant. Meanwhile, Youngboy kept doing what he always did, ignoring the noise publicly while feeding his energy into music that sounded increasingly raw and defensive. Then, 2020 hit, and the unspoken tension exploded into digital crossfire. When Yaya Mayweather, daughter of Floyd Mayweather, allegedly stabbed one of Youngboy's exes, Kodak was serving time in prison and watching the chaos unfold online. From his cell, he posted a scathing message on Instagram claiming that Youngboy had cooperated with the police after the incident.
So my days are back, man. You can't have Mello. She weird. She talk too much anyway. She weird as green. I tell you, weird ass thing. Send me my favorite sucker back. Send Dave that, please.
It was the line that crossed everything sacred in street culture, calling someone a snitch. Youngboy immediately clapped back with a live video rant, furious and unfiltered. "You ain't like that? Stop playing with me." That exchange wasn't just two rappers arguing, it was a digital dual broadcast to millions, where pride, reputation, and regional loyalty all got tangled in one messy internet showdown. From there, neutrality became impossible. Fans split camps, blogs ate up every comment, and rap outlets branded it a full-blown beef. What had started as brotherly competition had mutated into mutual suspicion, fueled by algorithms, jealousy, and a digital crowd that wanted blood. And in the middle of it all, two young kings who once respected each other, now locked in a viral civil war, with every post another bullet fired through Wi-Fi. Broken alliance. By 2020, what started as subtle tension had exploded into something unfixable, an alliance shattered in front of millions. Kodak's accusation that Youngboy cooperated with the police wasn't just internet gossip, it was a declaration of war in the code of street respect. The post came from prison, typed out on a phone by Kodak's team, but the message was pure Kodak. Direct, reckless, and impossible to ignore. "The only reason you talking to the cops," he wrote, "is 'cause you scared." The internet went nuclear. Screenshots flew. Fans picked sides like it was a rap civil war. One camp swore Kodak was just trolling. The other camp said Youngboy had been disrespected publicly, and in hip-hop, public disrespect always demands a public response. Youngboy didn't stay silent for long. He hopped on Instagram Live with his trademark fury, shouting, "You a snitch! Stop playing with me!" His voice shook with anger. The camera tilted, the comment section flooded like a riot. For a moment, it wasn't just two rappers talking. It was a live-streamed meltdown of brotherhood and ego. Millions watched, rewound, clipped, and reposted. Every frame was dissected. Every sentence was quoted like scripture. It was no longer about who was right, it was about who looked right. And in the court of social media, perception was the only verdict that mattered.
He was calling me before dude came home. Till Alice called me. She ain't ready. Everything, what you call it, my guts. That's guts. We already did that. We went master last year. Now we go this year. We made 83 again. We already did that.
As the dust settled, both rappers' circles made the situation worse. Quando Rondo and others in Youngboy's camp started posting subtle shots, nothing direct, just enough to keep the pot boiling. Kodak's team clapped back with bars, memes, and sub-tweets hinting that Youngboy was industry soft. The fan bases became armies. Youngboy's supporters spammed snake emojis under Kodak's posts. Kodak's people replied with rat emojis on Youngboy's videos. It was digital warfare, chaotic and exhausting, and yet addictive. Every move they made online felt like a chess game played in public, and the spectators couldn't look away. Behind the screens, the damage was real. According to industry whispers, certain producers and promoters quietly stopped booking them for the same events. Collaborators had to pick sides or risk getting frozen out. Even in interviews, both rappers danced around each other's names, acting like ghosts that haunted their success. When asked about Youngboy in 2021, Kodak smirked and said, "I ain't tripping, I'm just doing me," but the tone dripped with resentment. Youngboy, meanwhile, would occasionally drop a lyric that fans swore was a diss, then deny it with that same cold shrug that only made it worse.
I seem like a little bro. You know, Dirt's great too. You make great music and shit like that. Hey, as long as that nigga don't confine me and make me feel like I gotta pick no side or no crazy.
And yet, for all the hostility, the industry could feel something deeper beneath it: disappointment. These weren't strangers throwing shade. They were two young legends from similar pain, cut from the same street fabric, now tearing it apart in public. Journalists called it a tragedy in real time. Even fans who loved the drama started to feel uneasy watching it spiral. The moment that sealed it came when Kodak's crew doubled down in an IG comment thread, declaring, "Ain't no friendship left." It was official, the alliance was broken. But in hip-hop, beef never really ends. It just pauses. And as both men climbed higher, more fame, more followers, more attention, the silence between them didn't feel like peace. It felt calm before something even louder: public fallout. The beef had left the private chat rooms and entered the coliseum of the internet. By mid-2020, every time Kodak Black or NBA Youngboy even breathed online, fans dissected it like the Zapruder film. What used to be music promotion had turned into open court drama, where every tweet was an insult, every live stream a potential diss track. The rivalry wasn't just about words anymore. It was about control of the narrative. Whoever looked more unbothered, whoever clowned the other harder, won the day. Youngboy, in classic Youngboy fashion, kept feeding the tension through his music. Lines like, "You ain't never been that, stop that talking from that cell," on leaked snippets were obvious jabs at Kodak, who was still incarcerated at the time. Fans didn't need confirmation, they connected the dots instantly. TikTok ran wild. YouTube, beef explainers clocked millions of views. Comment sections became war zones, with fans typing essays about who started it first. It was no longer just rap beef, it was content. Drama packaged, monetized, and uploaded at the speed of Wi-Fi.
Like, anyhow, look, boom. I ain't really with all this bull. You know what I'm saying? I'm zooling, I'm zip back, zooling on my Z. You know what I'm saying? In a Z hive.
Kodak wasn't one to stay silent either. When he got out of prison in 2021, he hit the internet like a storm. On Instagram Live, he threw verbal grenades, half serious, half comedic, calling Youngboy a YouTube rapper, mocking his fan base for crying in comments and insisting that he, Kodak, had really lived that life. The stream went viral within hours. Clips were cut, captions exaggerated, and suddenly the Kodak versus Youngboy saga became a trending cycle again. Every blog, from DJ Academics to The Shade Room, jumped on it. Even rappers uninvolved in the feud were asked to pick sides in interviews. But this wasn't just entertainment anymore. It was personal. Kodak's frustration came through in flashes of bitterness. He'd mention loyalty, fake love, and dudes acting friendly for the cameras. Meanwhile, Youngboy, visibly exhausted by the constant mentions, began leaning into solitude, moving to Utah, focusing on his family and rarely leaving his house. His IG lives turned philosophical. He'd talk about wanting peace, about not caring who liked him anymore. Fans interpreted that as subliminal shade toward Kodak, more fuel for the digital fire. Then came the memes, thousands of them. Some painted Kodak as the jealous big brother, others mocked Youngboy as the anti-social superstar. Even when both rappers stayed silent for weeks, the internet kept the feud alive. Reaction channels replayed old interviews, TikTokers lip-synced diss lyrics, and fake leaked calls circulated like urban legends. Both camps benefited from the attention. Ironically, streaming numbers soared, fan engagement skyrocketed. The more toxic it got, the more profitable it became.
Like, this chick went to spam in my you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on like, what is spam? I don't even know what spam means. But I just know this sound like some bull. It just sound like some little. Why do you even know what spam means? How do you even know how to spam?
By 2022, the feud had turned into something both absurd and tragic. Fans wanted them to fight in person. Promoters even joked about organizing a celebrity boxing match. Reporters started describing their relationship as a love-hate rivalry, a generational feud that reflected the chaos of social media fame itself. Two men, both hardened by struggle, now trapped in a loop of digital outrage that neither could fully escape. And yet, buried under the noise, there were glimpses of regret, moments where both hinted they missed the early days, before the followers, before the headlines. A lyric here, a sigh there. They never said it outright, but it lingered between the bars. Because in truth, public fallout wasn't just about fame tearing them apart, it was about two artists learning, in front of the entire world, that sometimes success amplifies pain louder than any beat ever could. Silent tension. By early 2023, the chaos had gone quiet. The memes faded, the diss tracks stopped, and the headlines dried up. For the first time in years, Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy weren't throwing shots. They were silent. The same internet that once fueled their feud now sat still, waiting for the next explosion that never came. It felt strange, almost eerie, like a war zone after the last bomb. Both artists were moving differently, posting less, speaking less, as if they'd finally realized the spectacle had gone too far. Fans began to whisper, "Yo, did they make peace?" And then, out of nowhere, came the moment nobody saw coming, the FaceTime. A short clip leaked online, blurry, low quality, but instantly iconic. Kodak on one side, smiling, Youngboy on the other, calm and nodding. No yelling, no tension, just two men talking like old friends who'd survived something heavy. Within hours, every blog had it. Headlines screamed NBA Youngboy and Kodak Black squashed their beef. Twitter, or X by then, lit up with disbelief. Some fans cheered, others called it fake. But in that 30-second video, you could feel it. A truce, however temporary, was real. Kodak said, "We good." And Youngboy responded with a smirk that said more than words could. It was peace, but not the kind that came easy. It was the peace that only exhaustion can buy.
Bitch, I supposed to. You made a song, now what that's gonna do? How would you feel if a nigga tried to hold you? I'ma tell you what I'm gonna do. I'ma put this pistol on you, leave you stretched.
For a few months, the energy shifted. Kodak dropped new music focused on business, success, and family, steering clear of diss bars. Youngboy, tucked away in Utah, leaned deeper into introspection, speaking about peace, religion, and wanting to protect his children from this crazy world. Their silence was louder than any track they'd made. No subtweets, no jabs, not even the passive-aggressive likes that fans used to analyze like FBI agents. The internet was stunned. After half a decade of digital chaos, the storm had stopped spinning. But peace in hip-hop is never permanent. It's just a pause in the noise. Even as both men kept their distance, small signs of unease began slipping through. Kodak mentioned in one interview that he was done arguing with kids, a line fans immediately tied back to Youngboy. Youngboy, in turn, released a vlog clip where he said, "I don't care who hate me, I forgive everybody," which some saw as shade disguised as serenity. It was the kind of tension you could feel but couldn't screenshot. Quiet, private, and unspoken. Behind the curtain, industry insiders whispered that the truce was cordial but not close. Both camps were reportedly open to doing business again, but nobody wanted to take the first step. Producers avoided pitching joint tracks. Publicists avoided mentioning one name around the other. It wasn't beef, it was limbo. The fans could sense it too. "They ain't beefing," one comment read, "they just don't trust each other." And that's the paradox of silent tension. The calm wasn't peaceful, it was fragile. Two men who'd built careers off authenticity and pride were now trapped between forgiveness and ego, trying to prove they'd grown without admitting they'd been hurt. The feud wasn't burning anymore, but the ashes still smoked beneath the surface. Everyone could feel it, the uneasy stillness before something new began to crack. Rekindled flames. The peace didn't last long, because in hip-hop, quiet never stays quiet. By mid-2024, the tension between Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy had started to buzz again, faint at first, like static on a dying radio. There wasn't a single explosive moment this time. No viral diss, no police accusations. Instead, it began with small, almost invisible shifts. A deleted tweet here, an unfollow there. Fans noticed Youngboy stopped reposting Kodak-related content, and Kodak, ever the live stream philosopher, started throwing casual shade. "Some people fake cool with you for the net," he said during one IG session, eyes locked on the camera like he was talking to someone specific. The comment section didn't need confirmation, they already knew who he meant. Then came the spark that lit the whole thing again. Youngboy's album, Massa. When it dropped in 2025, the rap community was watching closely. It was supposed to mark Youngboy's mature era, his rebrand into introspection and fatherhood. But Kodak, he wasn't impressed. In a clip that went viral overnight, Kodak laughed mid-interview and called Massa straight trash. His tone was cold, dismissive, and final. It wasn't just a critique, it was a message. "Y'all hyping anything these days?" he said, half smiling, the type of smile that hides a knife. The internet instantly reignited. Within hours was trending again.
I never do anything to harm you, little soldier. I'm responsible for you. Before I do anything to harm you, I give you the knife to stab me in my back again.
Youngboy's fans didn't take it lightly. They flooded Kodak's comments with clown emojis, accusing him of jealousy. Kodak doubled down, mocking Youngboy's music as fake deep, and implying that Youngboy was copying styles he'd pioneered years earlier. He even threw a jab about dudes who stay hiding in the mountains, a not-so-subtle reference to Youngboy's isolation in Utah. The tension, once silent, had officially resurfaced, not as outright hostility, but as a Cold War fought through sarcasm and side-eyes. The hip-hop community, ever hungry for drama, latched on immediately. Bloggers dissected lyrics from both artists' recent releases, claiming hidden disses were everywhere. Rap pages posted side-by-side quotes and captions like, "It's heating up again." Producers who'd worked with both men got dragged into comment wars, accused of taking sides. And once again, the narrative that had defined their careers, Kodak versus Youngboy, was back on everyone's feed, refusing to die.
Here first. Big extra plug on YB Tour. We're going crazy. They going crazy at this house.
But this time, the beef felt heavier, not childish or petty, just tired. Kodak's frustration seemed rooted in something deeper, a sense of being overlooked. After all, he'd come before Youngboy, inspired him, even opened doors for his generation. Yet now, it was Youngboy who dominated YouTube, streams, and headlines. Meanwhile, Youngboy's new persona, reclusive, distant, spiritual, made him harder to read. When asked about Kodak during a live stream, he simply smirked and said, "God bless him," before ending the stream. That kind of silence was louder than a diss track. By late 2025, the rekindled flames had burned through hip-hop again, but this time with an undertone of inevitability, as if both men couldn't help but orbit each other's gravity. Their names were permanently linked now, like two stars in the same constellation, forever clashing even when they didn't mean to. What had started as a brotherhood-turned-rivalry had evolved into a legend, one that refused to fade no matter how much they tried to move on. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, fans began to wonder. Maybe this wasn't about hate at all, maybe it was about two artists who saw too much of themselves in each other and couldn't stand the reflection. Full circle. By the end of 2025, the feud between Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy had become something larger than either of them. A cultural loop playing in endless reruns.
Talk about numbers, bitch, I just dropped 2 weeks ago. This pussy nigga finna drop. Stop it. Bitch, I know I ain't worried about no numbers, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, let's play Lit Bank, take Lit Bank.
Every new headline felt like deja vu. Every live rant, a remix of an old wound. The internet had stopped asking who started it. Now people were asking why it never ends. Because after years of shots, apologies, and half-hearted truces, what remained wasn't anger. It was history. The kind of tangled, toxic brotherhood that fame loves to feed on. Kodak, ever vocal, couldn't resist one last comment. In a recent live stream, he shrugged and said, "Ain't no beef, I just don't rock with fake energy." It was a calm kind of dismissal, almost mature, but the message landed like a mic drop. Fans knew the subtext. Youngboy, staying true to his new quiet era, didn't respond. Instead, he released a song with the haunting line, "I forgive, but I don't forget who wished on my fall." It wasn't direct, but it didn't have to be. Their entire story was built on implication, a lyrical chess match with no clear winner, and maybe that's what made it so captivating. Two young icons, both scarred by the same streets, both rising faster than they could grow, forever circling the same narrative. Their feud had started over pride, grown through the internet, and matured into myth. What they represented wasn't just rivalry, it was a reflection of what fame does when it meets pain. In another timeline, Kodak and Youngboy could have been a powerhouse duo. In this one, they became a cautionary tale about loyalty, ego, and the price of public life. Industry insiders now talk about the feud like folklore, a cycle that mirrors hip-hop itself, competition, conflict, and creation. Because even in their worst moments, the drama fueled their art. Diss tracks, cryptic bars, emotional confessionals, all of it came from the same fire that first made them great. The tragedy was that the same authenticity that made them loved also made them impossible to reconcile. When fans demanded peace, what they really wanted was a movie ending. But real life isn't a movie, it's a loop of silence, tension, and the occasional spark.
Oh, that. What's up, nigga? NBA Youngboy, what they do, bitch? What's up, nigga? Hey, look, hey, NBA.
As 2025 closed, neither rapper mentioned the other again. No shots, no smiles, no FaceTimes, just a heavy silence that felt like a mutual understanding. They didn't have to like each other to respect the path they'd both survived. Two legends from different corners of the South, both young, both broken in their own ways, forever tied together by the internet's memory. And that's how the Kodak Black vs. NBA Youngboy saga came full circle. From brothers in ambition to rivals in reputation, and finally to ghosts of each other's past. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel so you will never miss any updates from the rap world.